raising alpacas for their hair. We have 19 alpacas. We're also raising Angora goats for their hair, which is called mohair. We have currently 9 of those and planning to breed more. So we're focusing on raising these fiber animals to use their hair to produce these products in the store, and then just because we've got such cute animals, people want to come and see what's going on.
Protein fibers all come from animals, so therefore it is going to be the hair or the secretion are the 2 big categories. And hair fibers under protein is going to be like your sheep, llamas, alpacas, camels, all of those. And so that's all of your hair. And then, there's a few minor ones like the vicuna and all like that. And then the secretions, the main one is silk, because the silkworm does end up secreting the substance out of its spinnerets.
In 2004, a mountain lion attacked. Even though the officials say they're extinct, they're here, and they killed, on that day, 3 of the 5 alpacas, the moms and babies. 2 of them survived for the day. One was Mojo, he's still here, and then a female lived for 3 weeks before the injuries were just too much. And everyone heard about the crazy redhead up on the hill that believed in mountain lions, and everyone wanted to come see.
Well, the weathers. The weathers just seem to keep on growing. That's what they do.
They will be cold.
They're shorn once a year, and you don't brush them or wash them or anything in the time between, so that means there's a year's worth of junk. We call it vegetable matter because sometimes it's poop, sometimes it's hay, sometimes it's just dirt and mud. So we have a year's worth of junk to clean out, and then we send it to the Ecoview Fiber Mill in Weaverville, North Carolina, which is just outside Asheville, and they spin it for us. The most important thing to an Angora goat is growing hair, so they will actually grow the fiber at the expense of everything else in their body. The one function that the Angora goat will stop growing hair for is to nurse a kid. So even if a goat is pregnant, if she doesn't have sufficient nutrition in her diet, she will abort the baby to grow hair. Angora goats produce the most fiber of any other fiber animal in the world. They normally produce 8 to 10 pounds per shearing, and that's twice a year. So you could get up to 20 pounds of fiber from one goat. And raw, before it's cleaned, just straight off the goat, it's often sold for $4 an ounce. The thing we sell the most is the socks. And like I said, we're contributing. There's around 2,000 farms that are members. So it's 2,000 farms all across the United States that are pooling their fiber together for the Alpaca Fiber Co-op of North America sock. And so we can all have a quality sock that you could go to just about any alpaca farm and find the same sort of quality. And we sell more socks than we could produce on our own. We've just got 19 alpacas, which sounds like a lot, but it's really not. If you really want to be a big production farm, you need 40 or more.
So you take the amount of the product and then you divide the number of times you wear it into the product, gives you a cost per wearing. And what a lot of people don't understand is, let's say you bought a nice wool sweater and you wore it for 5 years, and let's say on average you wore it 10 times a winter. You know, so that's 50 times. Okay, if you paid $100 for it, that's $2 a wearing. But if you go out and buy an acrylic one and you pay $35 for it and you wear it one season, and you end up wearing it 5 times, that's $7 a wearing. So technically that wearing is more expensive than your wool wearing. It's just people aren't willing to keep their sweaters for 5 years. I have a bias. I just cannot move away from the bias that I have about protein fibers. They're warm, they don't wrinkle, they can last a long time. If you've got a really good quality piece, it's an investment. And so I appreciate the fact that it's natural, that it, if taken care of, could last a really long time, that it's going to be a natural insulator. I mean, it's got all of these really positive things about it. 1970s is whenever polyester became much more prevalent. The natural fibers took a back seat, and then people became very dissatisfied with polyester, and so then the natural fibers made a certain revival, but it wasn't as much wool as it was cotton and things like that. I don't think the wools and things like that have ever recovered.
I definitely think there's a lot of people that are kind of coming back to this. The more technology there is out there, the more we see people that are kind of coming back to crafting. People that are interested in learning to knit or crochet or weave. I mean, you can't quilt with alpaca. Maybe you can, but you know, there's lots of people that are coming back to crafting and kind of coming back to their roots. We still always try to hold true to being a place where animals talk and people listen, and always bringing the focus back to the animals.